This video was brought to you by Yamaha Proven Off-Road ATVs and side-by-side vehicles.
Hey ArcheryTalk, this is Lucas, and in my hands, hot off the presses, are the brand new Mathews hunting bows for 2020, the VXR Series. Here I've got the VXR 28 and the VXR 31.5. Before we go any further, if you could please like, share, and subscribe, it really would help the channel an awful lot. Now let's look at some specs. The 28, as you might imagine, has a 28-inch axle-to-axle length, a 6-inch brace height, a rated speed of 344 feet per second, and draw lengths go from 25.5 up to 30 inches. The 31.5 has a 31.5-inch axle-to-axle length, the same 6-inch brace height. Speed is a titch lower at 343 feet per second, and draw lengths go a little bit longer, 26.5 to 31 inches. So let's talk about what's new on these bows, and the real change here is the geometry. Mathews has somehow made the risers even longer on these bows. They were already very long riser bows with short limbs. They've extended that even further this year, so the string geometry is a little bit different. And in fact, it's helped me a little bit. I can comfortably kind of touch my nose to the string on the 31.5 and just barely brush it on the 28. I was not able to do that on the Triax or the Vertix in the past, so that's a nice benefit for someone like me anyway. And yeah, the risers really resemble a lot the TRX series of target bows. Also new this year is the optional silent connect system. That's something that allows you to attach this kind of Mathews bow rope or a sling that I don't have myself quickly and silently when you're in the field. It's great for if you're up in a tree stand. You just want to quickly hook that up there, and then away you go, towing yourself up in your tree. It's just a neat little feature from Mathews, and it's got one on the top and the bottom, and just a great little setup for, you know, cinching up to your pack or taking it up in your tree stand. Pretty much everything else on these bows is going to be a carryover from prior years. You still got the CrossCentric cam. You've got the SwitchWeight Technology, which is now on both of these bows. In case you're not familiar, that allows you to change the maximum draw weight of each bow without touching the limbs. So if you want to keep your limbs maxed out, you can just get a different mod. They come in 5-pound increments, and that way you can change your draw weight without actually touching the limbs to basically keep the full efficiency of the cams. And this bow is available with 85% let off, which I've got on here now, and you can also get it in 80%. Also returning this year is the Engage grip, which was new for last year. I was super impressed with this grip, and I found it a big improvement over Mathews' prior grip. You've still got the dampener up front, which helps balance these things out. They shoot really well even without a stabilizer, and also the dovetail rest mount is returning. It's on both of these bows this year, so this goes well with the QAD Integrate Arrow Rest. And you'll actually see that on some Hoyt bows now coming out this year as well, the RX4 and those new models. Figuring you guys would be pretty interested in knowing how fast these bows are, I ran them both through my new competition electronics chronograph. Both these bows are set up with 70 pounds of draw weight, and the 28 is at 30 inches even on draw length. The 31.5 is just about a 16th below that, so pretty much the same. Both bows were shot 3 times with a gold tip platinum pierce arrow weighing 350 grains and a gold tip airstrike arrow weighing 475 grains. I shot the 31.5 first, and all 3 arrows with all 3 shots with the lighter arrow went in at 320 feet per second even, and all 3 shots with the heavier arrow came in at 279 feet per second. Whereas the 28 saw an average of 324 feet per second with the lighter arrow and 281 feet with the heavier arrow. Something to keep in mind is that these speeds are coming in a little bit slower than on my old chrono. I've shot multiple bows on both the old and the new chronograph, and the new one, the speeds are all basically the same every shot, but they're coming in noticeably slower. I think that a couple people told me that on my YouTube channel in the comments that I should expect that, and it's there. So don't be too put off by the fact that the speeds are coming in a little bit, less than they were a year ago. Let's talk about tuning real quick. The VXR 28 tuned up super fast and easy. I was getting bullet holes straight away. It's grouping really great out as far as 76 yards, 70 meters. The 31.5 gave me a little bit of trouble, but I picked up the new Mathews top hat system for moving the cams left and right. I moved the cams a little bit to the left, fixed my tear. It's grouping better, and once I've done that, everything's going well with both of these bows as far as a tune goes. As far as the draw cycle and shot goes, these bows feel very similar. The draw cycle, I really can't tell a distinguishable difference between them. I'm thinking the 31.5 might give me a little more valley, but it's really a negligible difference. They both feel super quiet after the shot, as I've come to expect with these Mathews, these hunting bows in the last few years. They're just almost zero vibration in your hand whatsoever, almost no noises. The lack of feedback, I should say, is pretty outstanding all around. So Mathews, whatever changes they made, didn't hurt that at all. Super impressed. Accuracy has been great. I've been playing with this bow again, as I mentioned, at out to 70 meters, shooting with a friend of mine who shoots an Olympic recurve bow, and just playing with him out there, and it has been lights out. At this point, I don't think I could pick my favorite between these two just yet. I want to put a lot more arrows between them. I'm sort of leaning towards the 28, which is a surprise to me because I tend to like longer bows. But I'm just kind of, I don't know, this one has a bit of a crisper sound after the shot. Not that this one's, a lot different. Maybe it sounds a little, this one sounds a hair lighter and this one sounds a little lower after the shot, but that's really the only major difference. They both hold on target great. I'm really not seeing a difference in accuracy at this point, but I do want to put, another couple thousand arrows between these before I make any final kind of proclamations on my favorites. But I will have full reviews of both of these in the coming months. Please do like, share, and subscribe. It does help the channel a lot. We'll see you soon with more reviews and previews coming up soon. Thank you.